Hey everyone, Spencer Coffman here with the Internet Hustler YouTube channel. Today we're talking about how to effectively use credit cards. Hey everyone, welcome to the Internet Hustler YouTube channel. My name is Spencer Coffman. Today we are talking about how to effectively use credit cards. So credit cards are a great part of society. You can use them to build credit. It's a great way to have extra access to money when you have quote unquote some kind of emergency expense. I might get in trouble here with a lot of people by saying that, but it really is the truth. A credit card, if you use it properly, is an excellent emergency fund. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. Well, if you have a credit card, it is a line of credit. And so what that means is a company says to you, hey, we trust you enough that we are going to allow you to use whatever, $10,000 for easy purposes, $10,000 of our money on credit. Now, if you don't pay us back, we're going to charge you interest. If you do pay us back, no problem, interest-free, 30 days, those are the terms. Do you want to accept our money? And then if you say yes, you've got your credit card, and you have to apply and do all of that, of course. If you need some credit cards that are good to use, check out the playlist up here in this card, and there are several credit cards that I recommend that I have as well that you can check out to see if they work for you. But how do you use them effectively? Well, once you have that credit card, and let's say you have that $10,000 limit, then there's a proper way to use that card. Like I said, it is having an instant access to pretty much an emergency fund. So what this means is you can use this money. Your car breaks down, boom, you have this money. But where a lot of people go wrong is they charge it on the credit card and then later they can't pay it back. So what that does is that starts accumulating this interest clock. And this interest is not small. It's normally like 20, 30%, which is huge. You spend that $10,000, 30%, and you let that thing ride for a year, that's a lot of money. That's $3,000 that you would have to pay in interest. Now, of course, that's if you kept it for the whole year, but still $3,000 extra a year is a lot of money. And that's why people like Dave Ramsey say don't ever use a credit card. Put that $10,000 that you said you wanted as your emergency fund in a savings account, and then if something happens, just use that and then pay it back interest-free however long it takes. Now, you can do that. You can put that $10,000 cash in a savings account as your emergency fund. That is completely fine. But if you want to get the most out of everything in society and set yourself up properly and really be an internet hustler, then knowing how to effectively use credit cards is very, very important. So how do you do that? Well, you take that balance on that credit card, you spend some money. Every month, start spending money. Use your credit card for all your normal expenses, utilities, gas, groceries, car payments, anything that you can put on a credit card, put it on the credit card. And then this is where it gets important. Every single month, that credit card is going to send you a statement. Now, whether it's electronically delivered, a notification on your phone, or you get a paper statement in the mail, somehow they are sending you a statement. When that statement posts, you then have so much time, usually it's 30 days, to make a payment. Once you make the payment, then you start over again. Now, if you don't make a payment, then you get charged a fee. If you only pay the minimum, then you get charged interest. So let's say that you have a credit card with a $10,000 limit and you spend $5,000 and your statement date is on the 15th of the month. So that means you now have 30 days. You spend it, you wait. Now the statement posts, let's say it's whatever, 20 days later. Now they're going to give you another cycle to pay that off. So as soon as that statement hits on the 15th, you maybe have to pay everything off by the 8th. So not quite 30 more days, but from the time you spent the money to the time you have to pay is more than 30 days. Okay, stay with me. So you spent $5,000 on that. the statement comes out, and depending on the days that you spent, the statement could be the entire $5,000 or it might be a little under the $5,000. Let's just say it's $5,000. Usually the minimum would be like $100 by the 8th. Pay off that whole statement. That's where the key comes in. Now, let's say you spent a little bit more since the statement came out. So right now your balance on the credit card is $8,000. Well, if it's $8,000, come on the 8th of the month, do you pay off the whole $8,000 or do you only pay off the statement balance? Here's where it's critical. Even if you have the money, only pay off the statement balance. Now, this is very important because what it does is it shows the credit card company and it shows the credit bureaus that you're using this money and that you're paying it back. If you pay back all $8,000, then there's $3,000 that never got sent to the credit bureaus that they don't know you used that money. Now, does that matter? Not really, but if you want to build your credit score, it does. And you need a good credit score in order to get things like a car loan, a mortgage, other financing down the road. So stay with me. We'll have a video coming out another time in a card on how to rapidly build your credit. So check that out in the future. But for right now, the best way to use credit cards, here we go, the Spark Notes version. Number one, have a credit card with a high limit, as high as you can get, obviously within reason. Number two, use the credit card. Spend money. Never spend more than you can afford. Always make sure you have enough cash in your checking account or coming in with your paycheck than you're spending on the credit card. Okay, so never carry a balance. Then, when the statement posts, look at that number and pay that amount on or before the due date, okay? So that's very, very important. How to effectively use credit cards? Basically, spend the money on the card and pay it off every single month. What will this do for you? Well, this is going to help you learn to manage money properly. It's also going to help you with impulse control. Even though you have that credit card doesn't mean you can spend the money. Why? Because that money isn't yours. It's also going to help you build your credit, which is going to look better when you need money later on. Now, why do people say not to use credit cards? Why are people afraid of them? Why do the Dave Ramseys of the world say that they're no good and they cut them all up? It's because most people cannot be disciplined enough to stick to that plan. That's really what it is. It's all about financial education. And if you have the desire to be financially free and to become an internet hustler or to be in control of your finances, then instead of teaching people not to use things and to be afraid of them, we need to teach people how to understand them and to use them properly. So if you have trouble with finances, get a credit card with maybe a $1,000 limit and use that for a year until you have built the determination and built up the good habits. Then you can increase it, $2,000, $3,000, etc. If you start getting out of control, cut that limit down or give someone else permission to help you. Say, hey, I'm going to get a credit card. I want you to hold me accountable to my spending, and give them access to be able to check your balance and to look at stuff and to hold you accountable, and just know that they're going to be asking you questions. So it can be done. It's financial education, and a credit card is a very valuable tool. I love having one. Now, people, you can earn a lot of rewards with credit cards, but people never got rich on credit card rewards, so don't worry about that. However, you're spending the money anyway. Why not get rewarded for it? So if you have any questions about how to properly use credit cards, please put a comment down below. Again, the most important things are: use the credit card, pay it off every single month once the statement posts. Okay, you have from the statement date to the due date to pay it off. Make sure to pay off the entire statement balance every single month, and never spend more than you have in your bank account. If you stick by those principles and those rules, you will be very, very good at effectively using credit cards. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I hope you subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Until next time.